This is a masterclass. This is if you've ever wanted to attend a Maxwell Dichi masterclass, you're very lucky because he's here on Games of FM, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk acting. Let's talk this art. You are self-taught.
Yeah, I'm self-taught.
You used to practice in the mirror, in front of the mirror.
I've gone through that weirdness. But first of all, Caleb, it's a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
In the studio, brother. And I think, what you're doing is a great cause for the industry and for creatives in general. And yes, for those who might not know me, my name is Maxwell Dichi. Born in Gaborone, raised in Ramotswa.
Nice.
And I'm from Bots, currently doing Generations, The Legacy. I think most people got to know me when I was doing Muvhango, which like Botswana, Muvhango.
Oh, it's actually Muvhango.
Muvhango,
okay.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
All right.
And, I've done colors, I've done a couple of stuff here before. And so, we just keep going. I don't know what the year holds for me. And I'm also into production. Unfortunately, I haven't done anything that has blown up in front of people, production-wise, but hopefully something major will be coming up where people can really see that directing of my side, production, TV production of my side. And like you said, I'm self-taught. My degree is actually in multimedia, which is, where post-production happens, visual effects. And the acting side was really a passion and I believe a talent. And self-taught, I want to emphasize that, I still do research. I still read about acting. I still study techniques. I still pay attention to the best actors out there. I just saw a really good movie called The Goodness.
The Goodness. Oh.
Yes, amazing acting. So you always have to push yourself. I don't think there's anybody that can say, I'm an expert now. I don't need to learn more.
Yeah, because when you say that, I don't know who it was, but I believe I caught a snippet, a trailer of a talk show, and the actress was basically saying that, they do research, they're still learning. Yeah. When we talk acting, I take it has evolved, but the basics are still the same. It has evolved in terms of when you look at things from way back then, like shows from way back then. Let me just see how old you are. Like you look at your Santa Barbaras, your
Santa Barbara,
The Bold and the Beautiful, and everything.
Yes,
the acting then is a bit different from the acting that has come through over the years.
Yeah.
From your observation, what has changed for an actor or an actress? Because I know, again, in Botswana, we've had, there was a lot of stage acting, obviously, and the first people who got to be on screen at most were people who were coming from the stage. And you'd see it on TV because there was still a bit of that over expression, I guess is them having to have learned again or no, now you're on TV. We don't need that. You're not in front of people. So what have you noticed from way back then, from your Van Dams and everything to now, to where we are?
It's a skill like any other skill. More so it's a curriculum and it has developed over the years. Now there's better training, there's better teaching. And the goal, I believe, has always been to be as realistic as possible as an actor. Like your emotions have to be realistic and they have to be believable. So before, I think it was a lot about talent. A lot of the early actors didn't have to go to school, graduate. It was, you love this craft. We see that you're performing in theaters. The likes of the in South Africa is the same thing. Like you have the likes of Bo John Kani, those were veterans. Like they were advocating for something. Like John Kani was advocating for, equality he was against apartheid. They had a cause which is different to ours. We want to draw emotion. We want to be believable. And with that, obviously, the teachers, they've developed the skills. They've looked at what can we do to make an actor be as believable as possible. So that, just like any curriculum, that evolves over time. And now you go from stage acting, now people look for emotions like in your eyes.
Hey, but like, I see a lot of scenes and the tears for some are not coming through. Then I think I always sit there and I'm saying, okay, maybe for the script, that's what they were looking for. They were not necessarily looking for a person who knows how to make the tears flow, like you would expect during such a scene. So things like that, techniques such as that, bo crying and all that. You look at acting now. I can be so as lucky as right now to go to an audition and they say, you're exactly what we're looking for, and actually kill it.
That's why I tell people when it comes to audition, I tell people that if you don't get it, you're just not the right guy. And that's based on so many things: appearance, character, you delivering the character the way it is on the script. But usually what I have seen, as soon as you walk through the door, they know if you're the guy or not. So there's so many.
But is that fair? Because, I can walk in and
there's, at the end of the day, it's based on the casting director. They want what they want. You can't decide for them.
It's acting. I'm there. And now with that day, I'm like, okay, I have all the stress in the world. And when I walk in the room, my head is down. But now with the action, I'm like,
if you kill it during action, cool. But you can kill the audition and not fit the character. For instance, usually, the auditions which I had, you'll find they're looking for a set of family. So I might be the best, but my father doesn't look like my father. My mother, I don't fit my siblings.
Yes. Maybe you're one of the best, but
but you don't fit.
In the family setup, on screen, we don't see it. Okay.
It could be something that's small, you see. So it's way beyond skill. And then you get people that have never acted, but they get a big role, like maybe on a Universal Studios movie, but have never acted.
Right. We continue our conversation right here with Maxwell Dichi. Do keep it locked. It's Gabs FM. It's Gabs FM, power to engage your world. Still in conversation right here with Maxwell Dichi. We're talking acting. We're talking, the art that is acting. It has evolved over the years. And, we're just going through the different things that you might need to know if you do want to get into acting. Because it's not as simple as you may think it is. You find that a person can go to, a varsity that, has a lot of theater, they go study about acting. Obviously, it's a good thing to do because I guess then you get to know the basics more.
Yeah.
But they may fail to, I want you to audition, they may fail to get this. And like you mentioned earlier, where the role is going to be, the big role, the lead position is going to be taken by somebody who's never acted before.
Yeah, it's possible. Possible.
How then, as an actor, do you reconcile that in your mind? Or, okay, look, as Maxwell Dichi, I've been doing this for the past 6, 7, 10 years.
Yeah.
But now, here's this guy, Caleb. He's never acted before, but apparently his appearance fits what the script is, and he actually is able to carry that character. Because he just hella from watching TV. How then do you reconcile that? Because it's a creative space.
Yeah.
Emotions do get to run what creatives do. How do you reconcile?
Like I say, for me, what works, I just tell myself, if I'm not the guy, I'm not the guy. That's just it. It happens nowadays. We live in an era where somebody can come with qualifications in any job.
Yes.
and lose a job over a guy who just has character. You know, he works hard. His story makes sense to the interviewer.
Oh, yes.
Zero experience, you understand? So that can happen. And it doesn't stop you to go to more interviews or more auditions.
Okay.
It's just how the industry works.
All right. Now, looking at acting, you know, complex thing. Some actors have the theater background, some don't. When we look at the Botswana scene, the theater space has been active for many years. Geraela, you know, you start with the drama from your primary to your junior, your senior. Then once you're done, we have a bit of a seasonal. There's a season, like, for example, Maitisong has the season, where there's a lot of plays that happen. And other groups in different areas of the country have that. Then we have the president's competitions, which I believe is also, it's a season as well. It has created a bit of a season as well. How much has the theater space contributed to what we see on TV in terms of the talent and everything, according to your observation? Is it contributing a lot, or there's still a lot that needs to be done?
It's contributed, and I believe it will continue to contribute because it's a kickstart into going onto screen.
Yes.
If you look at, like I say, I'll keep referencing the SA market. Most of the adult actors, like, 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, they were taken from stage, and they already had background. And for some reason, it was easier to get them into screen. You see, because you don't get a lot of old people coming out to say, I want to be an actor.
True that.
So it will definitely contribute. The people doing theater now might be future screen actors doing grandpa roles or dead roles, you see. So, but I think we need to separate the two. We need to separate theater from TV.
Screen. Yes.
Being a theater actor doesn't make you a screen actor. And being a screen actor doesn't make you a theater actor.
Yes.
I'm not strong on theater.
Have you tried it though?
I'm working on a play now for this year, 2 plays, which are more religious. Okay. And I'm still to prove myself. You see.
Now, how has the preps been? Because, like you say, sometimes you're good on screen, and on stage is a different monster because hey, people are there. You can gauge the reaction immediately. Because on screen, you can hide away a lot. On screen, you have a lot of help because there's post-production. So they can decide to say, okay, look, cut this scene here, use that other angle. Yeah, just fade away from him, go to,
It's more work. Theater is more work because you only have one chance. You only have one shot, one take.
Because the crowd is there.
The crowd is there. You cannot forget your lines in front of the crowd. So imagine, I've seen, I'll go back to John Carney. I've seen John Carney's play, which was about an hour. And he was narrating the story of Jesus. The whole play is just him talking, nobody else. So you can imagine memorizing a 1-hour dialogue as opposed to in screen, you never have to memorize, 1 hour unless you're doing a movie like 1917, where it's just 2 actors throughout the movie. You see,
have I watched that movie?
As a cinematographer, you have to watch it. They did a one shot from beginning to the end, and it's just
those are the type of movies that I like. I like movies that I tell them one or nowhere.
Yes, but those kind of movies are actually theater inspired. You see, so it takes a lot of rehearsals. So now if you take that to film, it means the camera crew has to rehearse as much as the actors.
Oh, yes.
So every time when they call action, you have to get that, that's about 70 pages of dialogue.
All right. Now, just, we're going to extend this with an extra 10 minutes.
Oh, yes.
So that we wrap up at 7:50. Now, you are a person who, you've been on Colors here and also a couple of other TV shows, and you're also part of big productions in South Africa. I mean, when you talk Muvhango as well as Generations, those are big, yeah. For you as an actor, you get called in, screen test, everything. How do you then get, I want to understand from an actor's point of view, how do you get that chemistry with other actors to such a point that I know, as much as there's a script, if you have chemistry, it's easy or how a freestyle somewhere, you can catch up and, keep the scene moving. How does that chemistry come along between actors within a TV show?
Okay, within like a soapy, most of the things have to happen on set. You don't really have to develop chemistry outside set. For me, even if I'm doing anything else, I wouldn't want to do anything outside set.
Okay.
So if I have a love interest,
because sometimes we ask ourselves.
No, we're gonna have to figure it out right there. On set,
okay.
Because anything outside that, it becomes unprofessional.
All right.
So and then sometimes you'll get an actor that you're only going to meet for that one scene.
Yes.
So I had a scene where this lady was having an affair with my character. So we only had one scene. And it had to be something explicit, So we talked about it before the scene. We did the scene, and that was it. No, we never spoke about it. We're not doing anything. That's it. That's the one thing.
So once the scene was done, that's you.
It. We don't need to carry on knowing each other, you see. But also, naturally, the chemistry will develop over time.
Okay.
If you have a wife on set for 10 years,
that one I can imagine.
It'll be easier to develop a chemistry because then every time you get on set, you don't have to kickstart any emotion. It's already there. But what I usually say is, make sure when you leave set, it ends there. When they call cuts, cut.
But I can imagine, especially when you look at shows like whenever the show that you're in, Generations, even out here, Harnalebo Tokolusi. Now imagine Omotokolusi, this person is your love interest from episode 1 to episode 24. And out of all those episodes, you're probably in every, let's say out of 24 episodes, you could let's say 15 together. Wow. That chemistry.
It has to be there. It has to be. I remember what we do. There's things you can't fake. You can't fake emotions. You can't fake love. You can't fake hate. You can't fake anger. You understand?
So when you have a problem now with that person, you've developed that chemistry, whatever, and you have a problem not on set, how then do you overcome showing us on screen? Because, we always hear...
you have a personal...
a personal thing that happens. Maybe there's a big fight that happens on set, off camera, and this person is probably... we've heard stories where actors are a problem on set. Nobody really wants to work with them and all that. But then when you watch the movie, you're like, but they looked okay.
That's what I call unprofessional. If we are working with me and let's say we fight before a scene and you bring that anger on set, then you have to sort it out. It's just like working with somebody at a bank. You have a fight suddenly now. He doesn't want to help you in front of a customer. You see, so that's unprofessional.
So as an actor, as a professional, honestly, you have to find a way to overcome that off-screen fight to deal with
basically
delivering.
Off-screen, know that these are your colleagues. You have to be good to them. You have to treat them with respect. You understand? I might be... you might be like, I've had like a rivalry on set.
Oh, yes.
Somebody I have to hate, and But outside said we were buddies.
Yeah, it's always weird when, when we see those pictures. Like, one of my favorite shows is The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And when you see, the off-screen pictures where, like, what is the bad guy, the villain in the story is actually there with the biggest rival, Offset, and
Yeah, but you also it depends who you work with. I've had instances where after a scene, I have to tell somebody, look, man, I'm not actually angry at you. I've had women I've had to ask, are you comfortable with 1, 2, 3? Or do you want me to not get too close? You understand? So sometimes you're working with a new person who you need to make comfortable. Sometimes you get with you can work with a veteran who will make you believe this person really hates my guts.
Of the way they play that role.
Of the way, yes, because sometimes you're on the receiving end.
Oh, yes.
You see, as a character.
So as actors, just like we're about to wrap up, 5 minutes to go.
Yeah.
As actors and actresses, now all I'm hearing here as well is there's a lot of emotional pockets that you create. Like, okay, take me as Maxwell, put me there, take Dr. Langa, bring him out. So there's a lot of put that in that closet, bring this out, put that back, it's time to take that out. How then, like, for your mental health, how do you deal? Do you, like, as an actor and actress, do you always have to, seek out counseling once in a while? Because obviously we do need counseling.
Okay. It might go that far, but you need to have some rituals in place. I used to do a lot of meditation before, and then I used to do meditation after. But I've gotten to a point where as time goes on, you can get in, get out. When I started, if I did an angry scene, I would actually get home and still be angry at my partner. But as time went on, I could just leave it behind.
Wow.
So, but, there's different methods. So we've talked about acting evolving. I know we got to wrap up.
Yeah.
We've talked about acting evolving. So before, when you had to do a crying scene, you'd have to think about something that made you sad in the past.
Oh, yes.
And stare that.
Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of actors where they say they look for that. Yeah.
Yes. But as time went on, there's a method called Stanislavski where what happens right now, you have to believe it's as real as possible. So if it's making you cry now, cry now. So your emotions become real and you don't have to search for that emotion.
Okay.
So it has gotten better as time went on.
All right. You know what, Maxwell? We're going to have to continue this some other time.
Yes.
Because I believe, we have a lot of people who want to be actors and those who are into acting, and you have this experience,
Love's Lounge.